Well, in his social media post today, the former president says he expects to be arrested on Tuesday, but gave no indication on how he got that information. For some perspective on this potential history-making indictment, let's bring in NewsNation's Leland Vittert, host of On Balance. Leland, if you're coming in on a weekend, you know it's got to be big news. We don't necessarily have news, maybe. I mean, maybe on Tuesday, but it's certainly quite the statement from the former president today. What do you make of it? Just top-line level thoughts from you here.
Top line, I think Joe Khalil did a great job laying out sort of bizarreness, if you will, of this pieced together crime allegedly that the DA in New York is going after. That's number one. We are in completely uncharted territories as a country. Number two, this very well might be the best thing that could possibly happen to Donald Trump right now. And I say that because just talking to people who are even very, very Trump skeptical or even anti-Trump Republicans are suddenly rallying around because they are more angry at this complete lack of disregard for the feeling of everyone should be treated equal. Why do I say that? Because everyone will point out no one else has ever been charged with this kind of accounting shenanigans, which at the very worst, that's what this is. It's going to be very difficult to convince even moderate Americans that somehow that every American would be prosecuted under this. I go back to what Alan Dershowitz said last night on Chris Cuomo's show, that there is no one above the law, but there is no one below the law. And that's going to be an awfully difficult bar in the court of public opinion to meet to prevent a real groundswell of support around Donald Trump, even by people who don't necessarily like him.
You mentioned the Dershowitz soundbite. Let's listen to it real quick. Talk on the other side.
This is not what the criminal justice system is supposed to be. It's not supposed to be creative. It's not supposed to bring different statutes together that have never been used against somebody.
You know, Leland, I wonder how much we've seen this time and time and time again, that when something is brought before the former president, his poll numbers rise, or it makes the case for him, or he's able to make the case, rather, that he needs to be put back into office. You think this almost plays in his favor? Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. You and I covered this in 2016 during the election. Every time Donald Trump is given someone or something to fight against, his poll numbers go up. It happened during the 2016 election. It happened with the Russia collusion investigation. It happened after the Mar-a-Lago raid and everything in between. When the world says this is the moment we're going to get Donald Trump is typically when Donald Trump's supporters and then even Trump agnostic Republicans and moderates tend to rally around him.
President today, former president, called on protests. And the last time that we saw a scene like that was January 6th, and everyone knows what happened. What do you make of the president going back to protests?
You never worry about the right thing, right? No one thought January 6th was going to end up being January 6th. So despite probably the wild speculation and fear that it will be sowed about the potential of violence once again, might be something a lot along the lines of the midterm elections. We all thought there was going to be massive problems with violence and protests and everything else. Nothing materialized. I go back to this idea of sort of this change in America, right, and what Alan Dershowitz said. The last time you think about going after somebody in this really unique and creative way was Al Capone and going after him on tax evasion. And it brought up the quote in my mind from Lavrentiy Beria, who was the founder of the Soviet secret police. He said, "Show me the man, I'll show you the crime." In America, it's we see a crime, and then I will find you the man who committed the crime. It goes back to a fundamental fairness in America that a lot of people are angry about, not because they like Donald Trump, but because if you start treating former presidents and political enemies like you did Al Capone by simply finding a crime, we no longer are America.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.